Hello, thanks for watching. Hi again. This is video resource part 2 of 2 for the not so honest friend. Okay, let's read the story first, and then we will have a test, and I will show you the answers for the test so that you know how to do it. So you can test yourself. Okay, all right, let's begin. The not so honest friend. Hank and Lucas, who are Mr. Chang's friends, came from Europe. Mr. Chang wanted his friends to have a very special meal. He invited them to a popular restaurant which is known for its spicy hot pot. When the dishes arrived, Hank and Lucas began to eat. Hank took a bite of the tofu from the hot pot. It was so spicy that his eyes began to tear. "Why are you crying?" asked Lucas. "I feel sad because I miss my mom," Hank answered, hiding the truth. Then Lucas took a big bite of the tofu. His eyes began to tear. "Why do your eyes tear? Is the tofu too spicy?" Hank asked. "Actually," Lucas answered, "I feel sad because I missed my honest friend." Okay, let's begin, okay? So let's see if we can fill in the blanks with some of the words that we in the story, okay? Not necessarily the underlined words, but other words too, okay? That other words that were the focus of this story. Let's begin. The not so telling the truth friend. Okay, so what is number one? What is the word for telling the truth? The not so honest friend. Okay, and let's try to spell the word honest. There's an H, but we don't say the H, and an honest. Okay, honest. The not so honest friend. Hank and Lucas, who are Mr. Chang's friends, came to Taiwan from what is this place? From Europe. Came to Taiwan from Europe. 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 Mr. Chang wanted his friends to have a very special breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So, meal, a very special meal. Meal, meal. He invited them to a well-liked eatery. Well-liked. Popular. He invited them to a popular eatery. Popular. Let's do that again. Popular. Popular. He invited them to a popular eatery. 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 A place where you can eat. Restaurant. Eatery. Restaurant. He invited them to a popular restaurant. 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 He invited them to a popular restaurant which is famous for its this dish. So he invited them to a popular restaurant which is known for, is famous for, is known for its spicy hot pot. Spicy hot pot. When the dishes arrived, Hank and Lucas began to eat. Hank took a bite of the tofu from the hot pot. It was so spicy that his eyes began to water. His eyes began to tear. Why are you crying? Asked Lucas. I feel sad because I miss my mom, Hank answered, hiding the truth. Then Lucas took a big bite of the tofu. His eyes began to tear. Why do your eyes tear? Is the tofu too spicy? Hank asked. Actually, really, Lucas answered, I feel sad because I miss my honest friend. Okay, so test yourself, see if you know how to say the word, okay? If you can say it, you can spell it, you can write it. So, the not so honest friend, the not so honest friend, honest. Hank and Lucas, who are Mr. Chang's friends, came to Taiwan from Europe. Europe. If you can say it, you can write it, okay? Mr. Chang wanted his friends to have a very special meal. So he invited them to a popular restaurant, which is known for its spicy hot pot. I'm erasing this because I want you to say it, okay? Hank took a bite of the spicy tofu, the tofu from the hot pot. It was so spicy that his eyes began to tear, and so on and so forth. So I want you to try to say the words, okay? And then later, so that you know how to say the words and you know which words belong in which question, okay? All right, let's continue. All right, so we are going to talk about this special phrase, which is be so something that something be so something that, and then a sentence. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything, right? When you say it like that, it doesn't mean anything. But you will see what I mean when we put it in context. Okay. So I want you to imagine there's a guy, there's a boy, he plays basketball well. So he is good at basketball. He plays basketball well because he is really tall. He plays basketball well because he is really tall. You all know how to say that. Now, really, another way to say really is so. He plays basketball well because he is so tall. Really tall, so tall, right? He is so tall. He is really tall, right? Okay, very good. So, really means so, right? So then there is another way to say this sentence. I don't say this sentence this way. I say it in another way. And another way to say this sentence, he plays basketball well because he is really tall. He is so tall. He is so tall that he plays basketball well. Okay? I'm going to do that again. So how did I do that? He is so tall that he plays basketball well. Okay, how did I do that? Very simple. Look, I take this sentence. Okay, I take this sentence. I'll make this blue. And I change really to so. And then I move this part to the beginning. Okay, I'll move it to the beginning. To the beginning. And then I add the word that. And then I put this part of the sentence after the word that. And then you get the same sentence. You see? He is, he is, so, ta, that, he, plays, basketball, well. He is so tall that he plays basketball well. This is how you change one sentence from another sentence to another sentence. And notice you have the word because that is left. We didn't use it, and we don't need it. Why? Because the word because is replaced by the word that. Okay? The word because is 代替 is replaced by the word that, right? And that's why we have the word because. We didn't use it, 没有用到, right? Yes, we didn't use it. Let's try another example. All right, let's make it really big so we can easily see it. Okay, all right. I can eat a dinosaur because I am really hungry. Okay, how do we do that? How do we make that into I am so hungry that I can eat a dinosaur? How can I change this sentence to this sentence? Let's look at the magic one more time. Ready? First, we know that really means so. So I'm going to change the word really to so. Ta-da! Right there. And then I'm going to take the part that is after because. You see the word because? I'm going to take this part and I'm going to move it to the beginning. I'm going to move it to the beginning. And then I'm going to add the word that. Okay? And then I'm going to take this part of the sentence. Don't take the because. We don't need the because anymore. We take this part of the sentence and then we put it behind the word that, and you get exactly the same sentence. I am so hungry that I can eat a dinosaur. Let's do that again, but without this sentence to help us. Let's erase it, okay? So now we have another example, all right? This is the last one. I'm asking you, how do I say this sentence in another way? What is another way to say this sentence? Okay, right? So this is fine, you can say this, but then the teacher says, nope, I want you to tell me this sentence in another way. Okay, one more way to say the same thing. So you remember and say, I know. Teacher Daniel said this in one of his videos. Okay, so he says that he studied really hard. I can change really to so. And then I'll move this part. He studied so hard. I'm going to move it to the beginning of the sentence. Right there. And then I'm going to add the word that. Okay? And then I'm going to add the first part of the first sentence. And we have, he studied so hard that he got 100 on his test. Voila, done. Okay, very good. I will see you soon, and try to do this. Watch and then try to test yourself. Watch the video, test yourself, and see how many questions you can get right. Okay, thank you for watching. I will see you soon.